Tommy Norris had a lot of new issues to cope with in Landman Season 2, Episode 3, as if things weren't already difficult enough. Episode 2 of Landman Season 2 delved further into Tommy's shattered upbringing and family, while Episode 3 shifted its focus back to his current career issues. M-Tex is in considerably worse shape than Tommy expected, and Cooper is in more difficulty than he understands. But, not everything in Landman Season 2, Episode 3 was terrible news for Tommy. Ariana found a new job. Tommy made some headway in solving M-Tex's problems even as they continue growing worse, and he may be getting officially remarried to Angela after years of being divorced. That a lot happened in this week's episode of Landman, and there are certain topics that could use a bit of clarity. How Landman Season 2's M-Tex is out of money. M-Tex's lack of funds is one of the most significant revelations in Landman Season 2, Episode 3. Cammy, Tommy, Neil, and Rebecca are all scrambling to pull together cash to rebuild the offshore natural gas rig that was wrecked by a hurricane, but they can't find the $420 million insurance payment that was paid out to Monty. In truth, Monty concealed all of M-Tex's money before he died, and no one can seem to locate it. Monty's money is buried through numerous layers of intricate financial factors, yet Landman nevertheless offered us a serviceable grasp of where it all is. Basically, Monty was playing very fast and loose with his money, and it's so mixed up in his shady transactions that M-Tex is absolutely cash poor. In order to reduce the amount of corporate taxes he had to pay, Monty concealed all of M-Tex's funds in his personal accounts and used credit lines to cover everything from payroll to operating costs. It's unclear at this point if Monty still had all of the money that M-Tex was meant to have. Alan will probably be able to get part of Monty's money back to Cammy, now that he's been suitably motivated by Tommy shattering a bottle over his head, but probably not the full $420 million. Even if he can, though, M-Tex needs the money now to rebuild the gas rig and prevent a lawsuit from the insurance company. Essentially, the entire company is in peril because to Monty's questionable business and financial practices. More details regarding Andy Garcia's Galino, including his alter persona, were disclosed in Landman Season 2, Episode 3. As of right now, Galino's primary name is Dan Morell. Dan is the head of Sonrisa, the banking organization that bankrolled Cooper's oil sites, and he regards his ties to the cartel as a investment. He also has a wife, Bella, and is likely originally from Cuba. We also have a better understanding of what Galino/Dan is up to. Dan explained to Tommy that Sonrisa funded Cooper's oil sites primarily for two reasons. He genuinely believed in it and wanted to win Tommy and Cooper over. After Tommy was almost killed by Jimenez at the conclusion of Landman Season 1, Galino said that Cooper's contract's too good to be true stipulations were a gift. More intriguingly, Galino also gave the impression that he genuinely supported Cooper's plan. He regarded the tactic of buying up, played out, wells and going deeper as a blind spot in the industry that Cooper was savvy enough to take advantage of, and he emphasized that his agreement was fair and beneficial for both him and Tommy. If we actually believe that Galino is an investor, it's possible that he invested in Cooper at least partially because he truly believes Cooper could bring him a return on his investment. One of the more startling moments in Landman Season 2, Episode 3 was the H2S gas leak, and it's also a moment that needs the most explanation. H2S is the chemical formula for hydrogen sulfide, a very poisonous gas that can be emitted around oil fields, drills, and wells. It smells like rotten eggs, and if breathed in high doses, hydrogen sulfide can cause respiratory issues, nausea, organ damage, and death, via OSHA. The tank Dale and Boss went to repair in Landman Season 2, Episode 3 was leaking H2S gas for some reason, and the repercussions were easy to see. Others hunters died after inhaling it, and others of M-Tex's personnel were gravely harmed by the gas. For M-Tex, this H2S leak is a major issue that has already led to fatalities and injuries. Tommy and Cammy's financial and legal issues are further complicated by the fact that the corporation will probably have to pay millions in wrongful death claims and tanker repair expenses. Another very startling development in the current episode concerns Tommy and Angela. After meeting with Galino and Bella, on the way home, Angela asked Tommy if he wanted to get married and he, matter-of-factly, proposed to her. The situation is quite convoluted, though. Although they have been living together since Landman Season 1, Angela and Tommy are officially divorced. In a nutshell, it appears that Tommy and Angela are actually getting married in Landman Season 2. A wedding is just the type of thing Angela would want out of Tommy, and they do need to be formally married again after their divorce. Tommy and Angela seem to connect with Cammie's talk about growing to love someone more as you get to know them, and it appears that their antagonistic relationship has much improved. The first puzzling scene of Landman Season 2, Episode 3 concerns Ariana. As we saw, Ariana applied to and obtained a job as a bartender at the Patch Cafe. But we also know that Ariana received a sizable settlement from M-Tex following LVO's passing. If she had needed money, she could have just stayed with Cooper while his oil wells produced enormous profits rather than evicting him from her home. Therefore, it's a little surprising that she would tolerate a difficult workplace at the Patch. There are a few simple reasons Ariana got the bartending job. Although she doesn't care about money, she still needs a job to support herself and her child, which is why she broke up with Cooper. The best she can expect for is an entry-level service position at the Patch because she has no professional experience. After everything that transpired with LVO and Cooper, Ariana probably also wants some independence and routine, and an honest day's job is ideal to provide her with just that. Thanks for watching. For more updates stay tuned and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, please.